Hello, everybody. Welcome to TELLI Talks, where we talk about life, growth, relationships, and all things in between. I have a very special guest from Love Island Season 2, Johnny Middlebrooks. Thanks for coming on.
I appreciate you for having me.
Okay, so for the people that don't know your story, tell us how you got to where you are today.
How did I get to where I'm at today? Honestly, it was really unexpected, doing reality TV. I never thought it was going to be my wheelhouse. And where it all started was back in college. I ran track in college, small D2 school in North Carolina. And for me, I was like, you know what, man? Like I told all my boys, I was like, yo, I feel like I could do this whole Instagram thing. Mm-hmm. Like I was taking pictures all the time. We're at practice. I'm taking pictures, with my shirt off and stuff, whatever. People
trying to flex. You know how y'all guys be doing.
People were clowning me because they're like, nah, I can't talk about that, right? People were clowning me because they're like, this man's taking pictures with his shirt off, whatever. I was like, I had a vision. I was like, look, I feel like I could get on Instagram, do my thing, get some followers, and do the whole brand deal thing, be an influencer. And one thing after another, started growing my following. And I got an email one day and it was like,
on Instagram.
No, I got an email because someone saw my Instagram.
Gotcha.
And they were like, Love Island. Never even heard of Love Island before. I looked it up. I didn't think it was real. And I just hit them back and they were like, yo, this is for real. We want to get on a little Skype call with you. And did a little Skype interview. They flew me out to LA. I did the interviews in LA, went to CBS Studios, and they were like, basically, we want you. It was like a 9-month process.
Oh, wow.
And
that's long.
Yeah.
For reality TV, that's long.
Yeah, it was a long thing. And for me, with COVID and everything in 2020, I was in college. It was my senior year. I was so into track at that point, and it was my senior season for outdoor track, and it got cut short in March. And after that, I had to go back home. Everyone's life stopped. I'm sure, obviously, you remember. Mm-hmm. And it was just everything was put on pause. And with the whole Love Island thing kind of hanging in the midst of everything, I was like, oh shit, if this really happens for me, that would be cool,
And this was all during COVID.
All during COVID, 2020, oh, wow. Started in March.
That's probably why it took so long too, because COVID happened.
They kept having to push the date back. Mm-hmm. It was supposed to be in Fiji, ended up being in Las Vegas. And
that's why we were talking about that too. They were like, why is Love Island in Vegas and not in an island?
Yeah. It was supposed to be in Fiji, but for me, I wasn't even tripping because I was like, if I just get to go to somewhere and film a TV show, that'd be cool. So yeah, I went on Love Island. It was I was open to the experience and never thought I'd be on TV. And, it went really well for me as far as staying on the show for a long time. I didn't really have a game plan. I kind of just went on there and was like, I'm going to give myself.
But was you being real?
Did you
really like the girl?
Yeah.
Or was you like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be on TV. I'm going to look like a good guy on TV. Or I'm going to try to bag who for me. Or what was, you say you didn't have a game plan, but what was your strategy when you was already in it?
So when I got in, it was so I don't know if you know how Love Island works, but basically it's it just starts off with 5 girls and then 5 guys.
Right. You pick and choose.
The girls are standing poolside, guys coming one by one.
It's like a buffet.
You couple
up. You
go
there and pick what you want to eat for the night. You know what I'm saying? Or the week or however long y'all there for.
You couple up and then new people come in intermittently throughout the season. And then you kind of just pick and choose. And whoever is best working with each other, they stay on. And for me, it was all right. I went in there. I was like, all right, bet. I was the bombshell. Mm-hmm. That's what they called it. Sounds goofy, but I came in, I was the 6th man. There was already 5 couples. And it was Johnny gets the choice to steal whoever he wants.
Right.
And I got the chance to talk to all the girls. And
how long were you guys speed dating to figure out who you wanted to be with?
For me, it was so initially there's 5 couples off rip in the first 5 seconds. And then I was the 6th guy to come in. And I had a day to choose who I was going to steal from whichever guy. Mm-hmm. And that's basically what happened. 2 days into it, I stole the girl that I was with. And we were America's favorite for the whole time until I
inseparable.
Until I fucked up.
And what did you do to fuck up?
So halfway through the season, 2 weeks into it, right?
So how long were you guys filming for like the entirety of the season? Because, you know, when you watch episodes, it looks like it goes so fast, or it can look like it's like, okay, they're there for months or weeks, or how long was the actual time you guys actually spent together?
Start to finish, it was 40 days, 40 nights. But like,
that's not that.
But like, I'm telling you right now, one thing with reality TV is like 5 days feels like 15 days.
Yeah.
You don't have phones, you don't got TV, nothing to pass the time other than just sitting here and watching the sun go down, you know?
Oh, so you guys didn't have free time. It was.
I mean, it's free time, but it's just a lot of time to do absolutely nothing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's different.
It is. It is. It's a lot. And like, now that I've done like 3 shows, I'm kind of getting used to the idea of like kind of going to like this different bubble of reality.
Right.
You know, they put you in this like bubble of reality and like you kind of got to get used to it. But the first time it's like you don't get to talk to your mom, your dad, your siblings, your friends, your family. You know?
That's crazy.
And it's like you're kind of just at that time, it's more than just being.
And all your reality shows, which ones, all of them you had to get rid of like your contacts?
Every reality show, if I'm not mistaken, you got to get rid of like, you can't be talking on the phone. Like before Love Island,
that's insane.
They had us in a hotel room for 4 weeks in one room. Like we're in jail basically for 4 weeks because it was during COVID. So we had to quarantine for 2 weeks. And then.
But why not have your phone?
We had our phone for like 2 weeks during the, like while we were in the hotel.
Uh-huh.
And then after a while, they had to take our phone because we were doing like pre-production, like doing like ads and stuff like that, doing interviews and stuff like that. So they kind of want to desensitize you to reality.
That is so.
They want to blur your sense of reality.
I did reality TV on E, but
did you?
Yeah. And I'm like, we never had like our phones taken away or like take me away from life itself. But when I did reality TV, this was 2017 and whole different network. So, I mean, and it was in COVID. So we had access to everything.
Yeah.
We just couldn't talk about certain things because of NDAs and, you know, legalities behind it. But it definitely like we weren't stripped from life.
Oh man, I'm telling you, that was the whole thing. Like you're in there for 4 weeks. The last 2 weeks, you don't have a phone. You can't talk to anyone you know. You're just sitting there by yourself, just waiting for someone to knock on your door. And then eventually they tell you you're going in today. And then you just like, all right, this is it, you know? And for me, I was like, I've never done anything like this in my life.
Right.
So it's like a big deal to me at the time. And, you know, you walk out and for me, going back to what we were saying, I picked the girl. I was like on my second day and her and I were going strong. America basically in Love Island, America like votes who they think is the most compatible couple. And at the time, in real time, they thought her and I were the most compatible. But for me, the whole experience of Love Island is like explore your options, find your best match, and do what's best for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So her and I were going strong for like 2 weeks. They do this thing and like 2 weeks into the show called Casa Amor, where like randomly without giving any notice, while the girls and guys are separated, they separate you and take the guys to a completely different location. And they bring in 5 new girls and then they put in 5 new guys into the girls' villa.
Right.
So during that time, I'm like supposed to be exploring my options. And there's a girl that like comes on to me pretty strong and I allowed it to happen. Like the first day we kissed each other and stuff, whatever. You got to share a bed with a girl. So I was all like,
you have to share a
bed with a girl. And it's like, I shared a bed with her and it was like, you know, we were kissing each other or whatever. And after like the first day, we were there for 4 days, like separated from our original partner or whatever. And after the first day, I told the girl, I was like, hey man, like, you know, this is cool. You know, I'm attracted to you, but like, I want to go back to, you know, my original partner. And like, I don't want to, if we do this, it's for no reason. I don't want to lead you on anymore, whatever.
Right.
And then I went back, I told the girl that I was originally with, and it was just downhill from there. Like,
so she ended up picking somebody else.
No, she didn't. So when I came back, we were both like, during Casa Amor, the whole concept of it is new people come in, you explore your options.
Right.
And at the end of that whole process, either you stay single and hope that your partner comes back single, or you pick a new person and then they come back and see you with a new person.
Right.
So when I came back, I was single and she was single, and it was like this whole like embrace or whatever.
Right.
But I had to like break it to
Tell
her that
what
like
was going on.
I like, you know, I did entertain another girl.
Right.
You know, I slept in bed with another girl, which everyone did. So did she, but just not in that way. And I came back and I told her, and it was just like this huge thing for the rest of the season. It was just like, Johnny's a cheater. He's a player. And in my eyes, I understand, like, it took me a year and a half to go back and watch my season, right?
I hate watching myself on TV.
Man,
Ugh.
they actually just, which is cool as hell for me, because they just put Love Island on Netflix. And it's been on other platforms and it was on national TV, but they just put it on Netflix on Friday.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, it's resurfacing now. So like, it's getting a little more buzz or whatever. But watching myself back, and like, now that it's been like 2 years, it's like, damn, I look at myself and I'm like, I know what I was thinking, but I've grown so much, and I'm like, damn, I would have said something a little bit different.
Right.
And you know how reality TV works. It's like, it doesn't necessarily like portray exactly how you felt in the moment, because it's just a snippet of your...
Or they take what they want to put and use that. And it might not define you as a person.
Or get your full thought. Yeah,
absolutely. And it's cut the way they want it to be cut for a reason.
Once they find the character that they're trying to portray, you're never going to break that, because they're now in control. And it's like, yeah, it took me like a year and a half to actually watch it back all the way. And if I would have known coming out of the show, like how it actually looked, my frustration towards it all would have been a little bit different, because if I was a fan watching me, I would feel the same way as all the fans would. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be like, man, he's full of shit.
No, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And that kind of gives you the perspective of why people act the way that they do.
Yeah.
Because when I did reality TV, it was like I was the nagging girlfriend that was trying to force my spouse to marry me because I got pregnant on national TV.
What?
So I was like, yo, we can't be playing house.
Hold on, what shows you do?
WAGS Atlanta.
Okay.
So I'm like, we can't be playing house and, you know, you milking the cow for free if we're not going to get married when we already discussed marriage before we even got on the show.
Yeah.
So it was something that we were already talking about anyways. And he's like, oh, let's get this new car. Let's do this and let's do that. And I'm like, why are we going jewelry shopping? And if it's not for a ring, why are we going car shopping if it's not the ring? Why are we doing crib shopping if it's not the ring? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it just made me look like I was just nagging for this ring. But it was like, this was our conversation before we even did reality TV. Like, this is years in our relationship. And then it just looked like all I wanted was like ring, 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 ring. And I was like, damn, like, I didn't even say I felt like I wanted it so much. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So it just made it look like.
But once the producers catch on to that, they're like, look, we got to get this because this is entertaining. You know?
And I felt like my story kind of shifted and changed when I got pregnant on the show. So it was like my story completely went from like, okay, now you're pregnant. Now we really got to get you the ring because you're pregnant. So you can't go into having a baby. And, you know, and the finale was, he proposed and it was gloves and glitter and, you know, I got my girl and I got my ring. And
how long did the show film for?
There's multiple WAGS
seasons?
WAGS LA, WAGS Atlanta, and WAGS Miami.
And you're all three?
No, I was on the first season of WAGS Atlanta and I did season 2 of WAGS Miami. Okay. So that was when the Super Bowl was in
so you got pregnant on LA though?
No, I got pregnant in Atlanta.
Okay, season 2 Atlanta.
Season 1 Atlanta.
Season 1 Atlanta. Okay, okay.
So and then after that, like it's crazy because like with reality TV, you know, you can't really like showcase things that's going on in real time because it comes out later on, right? Yeah. So like with me, because I was pregnant, like everyone that went to my baby shower had to sign NDAs. They couldn't post nothing. They couldn't say nothing. They couldn't say what, you know, like what was going on. And then when I had my daughter, I like showcased not even showcased, but like released her name on Access Hollywood for the first time, like for the entire world. And my daughter was already like 4 months old. Like, you know, everyone's like, oh, she just had a baby. I'm like, no, I've been, and my baby's like about to crawl. You know what I'm saying? Like my baby is grown. Like it's not just coming out the womb. So it was a lot of like holding and saving pictures and, you know, like not posting, and everyone at the party, like can't say nothing, can't post nothing. You know, you can't say you're here, and then all of that, like, oh, she had her party at El Paseo or whatever, you know, like everything is way late, and they don't realize like
that there's like a delay, there's like a catch up point.
Society doesn't realize that. They think that it was like yesterday, and I'm like, no. That's
the crazy thing about Love Island though, was because like for Love Island, unlike other reality shows, it's like in real time. So everything we do tonight, live, you see tomorrow. Yeah. So it's like, it's live. And for me, when I came out, it was like everyone's opinion was already. That's why you can have your phone. That makes more sense. Yeah. Because you can't be caught up on what the public's opinion is present time. Right. So when it's all said and done, and once you go out after the finale's live too. And I had an experience where, you know, at this point, I had never been recognized in public before. So that concept was like mind blowing to me. Right. It had happened like 1 or 2 times before, because I had like a pretty good Instagram following, but like not to the point where like reality TV. And we were in Vegas, and we go to Caesar's Palace afterwards, and we're all just hyped. We're like, man, we just filmed a TV show. We're all family, like that whole like reality TV dynamic, family type dynamic, right? And we're all just like, let's get some drinks, you know, whatever. Like I'm talking 30 minutes out the show. And this lady comes up to me. She said, "Are you Johnny from Love Island?" And I was like, with a stank face. Yeah, I was like, yeah, what's up? How you doing? You know, trying to be like, you know, I'm all inviting. Like, this is crazy. You know who I am? Right. And she's like, "Fuck you." She's like, "Fuck you." And she's like, "What the fuck? What you did to her?" Da 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 da. And I was just like, damn, what? Once again, I don't know what was shown on TV. Right. You haven't seen it. I'm very confident in the way that I handle myself as a gentleman. Right. At that point in time, I'm like, I know how I handle myself. There's no way this lady's talking me at her neck like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is she telling me fuck me? You know what I'm saying? Right. But after some time, now I realized, and after watching it back, I can understand why she may be saying that, because when I watched my show back, I was like, dang girl, you look like a nagging bitch. Like, and it looked crazy. It takes some time to get used to that, because like you got the real you, and then you got the reality TV version of you that like you have to accept, and it's also a part of you, because it's still you. You said it. You know, you did it. Yeah, regardless absolutely. Whether it's chopped up, cut up, you know, edited. And I feel like too, with reality TV and production, it's like you're in situations that is kind of like, all right, you're going to dinner with this person. You might not want to go to this person, but you got to talk about, you know, this is what you need to discuss talk about during last night, talk about what happened, talk about this, talk about that. It's almost like it's real, but it's like, I wouldn't say staged. It's curated to fit the narrative that they're trying to push. Exactly. You know? So, and I knew when I got pregnant, that narrative completely was going to be like all up on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, even with him, he was going out with the guys and he's like, oh, that's my best friend. You know, I love her. Da, 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 da. And then they're like, okay, well, why don't you marry her? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, we both are coming from divorced relationships. So it's like, we kind of like, hold up now. Like, yeah, we love each other, but let's take time, because we've done this once before, you know? So it was kind of like that type of situation, but we knew where we was at in our relationship, as opposed to like what everybody wanted to see. You know, it's like, hey, she's cooking, she's cleaning, she's doing this. And it's like, well, why don't you just, the boxes, like, why don't you just marry her? You know, like, my girl don't do this, but your girl does, and y'all not even married. You know what I'm saying? So it was all of that going on. I just feel like reality TV is definitely makes things happen quicker than you would think it would happen, you know, or like situations arise and you have no choice but to talk about it and discuss. So could y'all have your phones during that? Yeah. Yeah. See, we had our phones the whole entire, but that's different because because you guys, it makes sense now that like it's live and there's voting. So it's like, you don't like, let's say for example, you see something and it's like, oh, Johnny was being a dick. And then you go on and
you're like super extra nice. And they're like, why is he extra nice all of a sudden? You know what I'm saying? Because you saw, so it does alter your, you know, as with us, we filmed and then it didn't come out until the following year. Yeah. So like I said, I was pregnant when we were filming. By the time it came out, I already had a baby. Yeah. So like I just got pregnant when we were filming. And for other shows that I've done, it's the same thing. You know, Love Island was the only one that was live. I've done like The Challenge, another one called All Star Shore, and 6 to 8 months of, you know, post-production, and you got to wait to see what's going to happen. And also there's somewhat, I'm sure you can relate, there's kind of anxiety, like, damn, how are they going to edit this? How's this going to come out? You know what I'm saying? So I understand both sides of it. And something when it comes to just production in general, like, man, there's this one part where I came out of the show, never would have thought this was going to be a thing, but people were like apparently gassing it up on Twitter, like, Johnny's so controlling, Johnny's so this and that, because there was this one time where they call it the voice of God. There's a production can talk to everyone in the whole villa over like a loudspeaker. Right. And me and the girl I was talking to were like right here, and we're just having a conversation, and they're like, hey, take your glasses off. And they said it and she didn't hear. So I'm like talking to her, she has her glasses on. And I was like, I definitely heard them, but we're not allowed to acknowledge the fact that they're talking to us, right? Right. So I'm like, so they said again, hey, take your glasses off. And she's still just like talking to me, just like zoning on me. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, hey, take your glasses off. Trying to like take your glasses off, right? Take your glasses off. And she's like, why? I don't want to take my glasses off. I was like, hey, take your glasses off. Because at this point, we've been on here for a minute. Like, you know what we're doing right here. Like, hey, take your glasses off. Come on. And she's like, why? And I was like, and then at a certain point, I was like, hey, take your glasses off. And I like grabbed him and was like, take your glasses off for real. I want to see your eyes. Trying to just like act like it was my idea, right? Yeah. And it was like this whole thing where like, for me, that was just me trying to like listen to what they're saying and be, you know. And then the way that they brought it up on TV, they used me and they were like, damn, like, he's being controlling, trying to take her glasses off. And I'm like, hearing that for my first time on TV, seeing that happen, I was like, damn, they can really make me look like I'm like some like controlling asshole that's demanding I take her glasses off when I say it's fit. You know what I mean? Okay, so I got questions because like reality TV for me was like the experience, like I said, the experience was different because I was pregnant. So I'm gaining weight, going through emotions, crying, a whole lot of shit, a whole lot of stuff going on. I'm like, if I'm filming with this person, I ain't gonna do it because I don't care for this person. You know, like it was a lot going on for me. So like memes of you. Yeah. How was the memes of you when you filmed afterwards? Like seeing your memes and like, just like, you know, like you said, like, you know, hearing that you're controlling and hearing that you cheated and all this, like the negative aspect of things. The negative aspect, it was so frustrating because you know who you are. I know who I am. And also, you know what I mean? Like I was being the best version of myself. Right. And I always walk around putting my best foot forward just on a day-to-day basis because I always want to be the best man I can be, just in general. But you know you're on camera. It's not that you're being fake, but you still want to be portrayed the right way. You want to be portrayed the right, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not over here I'm not gonna be an asshole for no reason. Right. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes, I'm thinking when I come off, I did everything right. Right. And then I come out and I see this negative shit being betrayed about me. I'm just like, damn. Right. And at first it was hard to process because I'm like, this is so wrong. Someone slighted me. Like I knew production, I know the producers. Oh yeah, and they're so the best of they're so cool with you, right? They're so good at their job. They send you up. Yeah, they're so good at their job. Bad. They get all personal with you. They know your whole backstory. They get all deep. They give you advice. And I'm thinking, I can trust these people. There's no way they do me dirty like this. If y'all ever do reality TV shows, do not trust producers because they're going to make good TV and that's what it is. And that's their job. You know what I'm saying? You can't fault them for it. But it's like, not. Absolutely. And I love my producers. Yeah. Like, and I'm still cool with my producers. You know what I'm saying? And this is 2017. Yeah. So I'm you know, we still talk here and there. So it's definitely like you build that relationship with them, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like they're here to produce good TV. Exactly. And the thing is, like now after the first show,
lesson learned, and I understand the relationship we got to have with the producers and stuff like that. But
it's a business. It's
a business. You got to understand what they're here for, and you can't fault them for just trying to, you know, once they find a narrative, once you fit into that category, if you're the player, you're the player. If you're the nice guy, you're the nice guy. If you're the bitch, you're the bitch. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But, you know, it wasn't all negative. Like the positive outweighed the negative for me after Love Island and after all my shows, to be honest. One of the coolest things for me at the time was me and my boy Jeremiah. You met him the other night. We had like a little part on the show. We were so damn bored. We were just like freestyling shit. And we remixed, what was it? Chicago Freestyle by Drake. And it was like a viral clip on TikTok and like Twitter and shit. And like Drake reposted it. We were like so gassed because like at that point, we never like talking to celebrities and shit. Like before I moved out to LA, like, you know, talking to celebrities and just being in that space was like so foreign to me.
Right.
So at the time, Drake mentioning us on his story was like, we were mind blown, both of us, because he's from Mississippi, which is like way down south, like real country. I'm from Virginia, you know, nobody there knows anybody. So that was really cool. But as far as the negative shit, you get to the point where you realize like, if there's no one talking shit about you, you're not doing anything special.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? If there's no one talking about you, then you're not entertaining enough to be talked about.
Absolutely.
So that's the way I see it. I've never been in a situation in real life where anyone's negative comments have ever affected me. And that's the way I see it now. So when before it would actually like kind of like stir me up a little bit and like get me kind of irritated. Like how could they think this of me? Why would they think this? They don't even know.
You get to a point where it just kind of like, all right, whatever it is.
It is what it is. And like, you know, they just don't know, you know, and it's just like,
they don't know better, so they won't do better. My dad always told me that, like growing up.
They know not what they do.
Exactly. So relationships now, like where are you at with relationships now? Are you dating, single, in a relationship? Where are you at with that?
I'm single, but dating.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I think honestly, when it comes to dating, as far as just like life in general, I feel like girls are my biggest distraction in life right now, because moving from Virginia, like it's not like the smallest town in the world, but compared to LA, there's so much going on here.
Absolutely.
And, you know, girls are distracting. You know, because I love women, you know what I'm saying? And dating is just something that I casually do. And when I look back in hindsight, I'm like, damn, like if I put this energy into something else in my life, you know, I'd be so much more productive. You know what I'm saying? So it's just right now it's finding the balance. Yeah,
that's definitely within your own personal growth that, you know, you'll get there. You're still young. You got time.
Exactly.
You know, enjoy life and, live it to the fullest. I feel like, you know, you got time, you don't got kids, you're free to do as you please. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Okay. So for everyone that comes on the show, we play a game so people can get to know you outside of social media and Love Island and the challenge and all that good stuff. So rules of the game: you can't cheat. You can't remix your answer, but you can give your explanation as to why you answered the way that you answered.
Okay.
Got it? Okay. So pick your poison is a game of would you rather. Would you rather do this or would you rather do that? Bad choices is have you ever done this?
Got you.
And those are the games. So, and I play with you too, so you're not in the hot seat by yourself.
Okay.
Which one do you want to play?
So bad choices is what? So have you ever?
Yeah. This one's a little more harder, I feel like.
Harder in what sense?
Yeah. And in harder decisions, like harder options of what would you rather do? Like, would you, it's just harder. This one to me is, so for example question, like, have you ever stole from your parents? You know, as opposed to this one is like,
let's do would you rather. Let's do that. Bad habit or pick your poison.
Pick your poison.
Pick your poison. The hard one.
All right. So we'll do 4 cards each, and I'll start off so that you can see how you do it. So you pretty much just read like 2 cards
I just picked 4?
Yeah. All right, I'll start off. Would you rather have everyone in the room discover your darkest secret or accidentally grab crazy glue instead of lube?
Oh my God. Shit.
Pick your poison.
To be honest, wait, so are we doing, so it's between 2 cards?
Yes.
The whole crazy glue idea, that's crazy because you're going to get fucked up for that.
And then you gotta go to the hospital.
You gotta go to the hospital to get unstuck from another person.
Oh my God. Okay, so I used to work,
place.
True story. I used to work in the ER in Jersey City, and there was this guy that came in and he broke his dick. And
from like someone sitting on it or some shit?
I guess so. And he came in there with a woman. Yeah. And, someone took his insurance and he was like, no, I pay out of pocket, blah, 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 blah. So I'm thinking like, why would he want to pay out of pocket? Like
he was cheating.
He was cheating.
I knew it.
He was cheating and his insurance was under his wife. And I'm like, sir, you act like
she's not gonna find out like your dick's broke.
Thank you.
It's just gonna be that turned sideways.
Like what?
You're not gonna fix that.
It's insane. But anyways,
that's crazy.
True story. So I can't even imagine someone coming in with crazy glue stuck to their dick, like
all
like
the skin's
that.
coming off.
You're just like, what?
You're gonna be raw for sure.
Insane. And I feel like, wouldn't you smell it or feel it and know that it's not lube? Like it's the different feeling and texture.
You gotta be drunk as fuck for that to happen.
Insane.
Okay, so it's crazy glue or what else?
Or have everyone in the room know your darkest secret.
I don't really have any dark secrets, to be honest. So I'm gonna say the darkest secret.
Okay.
I'm not having crazy glue on my dick. That would be just terrible.
Insane.
Okay. That's ridiculous. Okay. So would you rather lose a week of your life every time you have sex? That's a lot. Or introduce yourself to strangers by sniffing their butt like a dog.
I'm not sniffing nobody's booty hole every time. I meet a lot of people, like a lot of people.
You gotta do the math though.
I would rather
lose a week of your life.
Lose a week of my life and not have sex as much, because I could still have sex. Doesn't mean that
every 52 times, that's a whole year off your life.
I understand. I mean, I'm in a solid relationship with a lot of kids, so I get it. But I would rather do that than just go around town
sniffing ass.
Everybody. Yeah. Like, do you
introduce yourself? Like,
oh, no, like, no, I'm not. No,
you gotta
absolutely
every
not.
time to see what they're talking about.
Not doing it.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No, I would rather.
That would ruin your life for sure.
What would you rather do? You going around sniffing, or you just not having sex? I'm
just have to be celibate for a little bit, because I'm not sniffing ass.
A lot of bit. You have to be celibate. A lot of bit, not a little bit.
People out here, they're dirty. They're dirty as hell out here.
What? People don't clean properly.
Got dingleberries and shit. Yeah.
Hygiene, all types
don't
of
wipe
nasty
enough.
Shit.
Got streaks in the underwear and shit.
Have mercy.
I don't even want to start.
Not doing it. Okay. Would you rather have everyone be convinced that you've had sex with a family member, even though you haven't?
Wow.
Or give your grandmother a dildo for her birthday and write "Grandpa will always be with you" on the card.
Wow.
Wink face emoji.
That one almost feels disrespectful, because we're talking about family either way. I can't have people thinking that I'm doing incest. So rest in peace to both my grandmothers, and I feel very disrespectful in saying this, but I'm not having anyone convinced that I'm
they're both bad. They're both bad.
You see where I'm leaning towards. I'm not even gonna say it out loud because no disrespect, but damn, hell no.
Tough.
Okay. Pull your fingernails out one by one, which is probably the worst torture in the world. I can't even imagine that. But y'all go through that though. Y'all be breaking your nails halfway through and shit.
You know what?
Y'all are some troopers for that.
Okay, what's the other? And I'm gonna have a great explanation for this.
Or start breastfeeding from your mother again.
Oh, nah. I'm not about to get back on the tit with my mom. Sorry, Mom. I love you, but I am good. I have Gel X. So my explanation is my real nails are under this and are very healthy. So they're easier to come off than just sucking on my mom's.
Acrylics or whatever.
Yeah, Gel X is a little bit like lighter and more natural than acrylics, and you can literally take them off every time you go to the nail salon and get like a new manicure. And Gel X, get on it, y'all. It's the new
Gel X, y'all. Hey, look, if y'all want to get your nails done, Gel X is the best way to do it.
Yes, absolutely. Sure. If you're trying to keep it natural, but like still don't damage your nails.
Because the other ones, they make your nails like real thin, right?
Yeah, thin and brittle. With this one, it's applied with gel, so you're not damaging your nail bed, and you can take them off every time you go to nail salon. Pop them off, like they're not damaging your nails. So I just feel like it's healthier. Your real nails can grow, and you could, the next time you go to nail salon, you don't have to have fake nails or anything like that. So I just feel like it's easier and better than sucking on a titty.
So what's your answer? So
I'm doing
pulling your nails off one by one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think you understand how painful that actually is.
But it didn't say my real nails. It just said my nails. So I'm taking my Gel X's off, honey. Like,
hell nah.
Here you go. Take them all. Redo. New manicure. Sign me up. You talking about torturous, like.
I'm talking about like take a plier to your real nail, rip that bitch off one by one. That's what their question was.
That's what you made that question.
That's what it was. Because if I got that question, it'd be my real nail bag.
Is there pliers on it?
Pliers, yeah.
It did not say now you lying.
Painful. I'm talking painful, excruciating torture.
It didn't say no pliers. It said take your nails off. Okay, so we're talking about take your nails off. Or what was the other one?
Start breastfeeding again.
I'm not sucking my mom's tit. I don't care if my nails are bleeding. That would feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, it would be ridiculous. I would never do that with my mom either.
So what would you do?
I'm ripping my nails off. I'm going to go through the pain. But I'm saying if I have to make that decision to rip my nails off and it would actually be painful, you can't just say I'm going to rip the Gel X off in return, because you gotta go through the pain like me. You know what I'm saying? You can't just rip off the Gel X.
Okay, y'all, let me tell you. This
is why I'm gonna have healthy nails underneath.
This is why people come on the show and I tell them the rules of the game. You cannot remix the question. And
it's not about remixing the question. You know what that implies. It's not talking about ripping your Gel X off. It's about ripping your nails off.
But not everybody got Gel X. Okay. So not everybody's in the same situation.
Okay. We're talking about the most extreme.
I'll make you feel better, and I'll do the most extreme.
Nails off.
Pliers and all. Getting my nails off with the pliers, blood, stubs, hands, whatever you call it. Agony, pain. Whatever.
Because you're not sucking that titty. That would be ridiculous.
That is disgusting. I love my mom and she's had kids. I'm the eldest. So sorry, Mom. Not doing it. I'm good. Like,
I'm sure she wouldn't want you to either.
Final answer.
I'm sure she wouldn't want that either.
Yeah, I'm grown with teeth. Like, I'm cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my mom's grown. She's a grandma, got kids. Like, what I look like being an adult with kids, sucking on my mom's teeth. Like, my daughter, my 4-year-old is gonna be like, Mom, why are you on grandma's breast? Like, you know what I'm saying?
All respect for her mom.
My daughter's gonna be like, what is wrong with you? Like, literally look at me crazy.
Yeah, absolutely not. Cannot do it.
Absolutely not. So tell everybody where they can find you, what you got coming up, all that good stuff.
Okay, so if y'all want to find me, Johnny_Lee with 2 L's, 2 E's on Instagram, on Twitter, TikTok, all that. What I got coming up, I'm doing a couple of reality shows right now. I just finished filming The Challenge. That's airing right now. We just did the reunion. I was out in London, which was really cool.
Fun.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, reality TV was never like something in my wheelhouse, but it kind of just fell upon me and it was cool. And I'm grateful for it. I'm happy to be where I'm at. The fact that I'm in LA right now is mind blowing to me. I'm super grateful every time I wake up and realize all the opportunities that I've been given. And I just want to make the best of them. So moving forward, there's a lot of things I want to get into, like acting and music and stuff like that, which is, I'm just trying to perfect my craft.
Do you sing, rap? What do you do?
I hate to say that I'm a singer, but I sing.
Okay.
But
I can see that.
Yeah, I do a little bit of singing, but I'm not where I want to be.
I know that's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Growth. It's all
I'm
in
just
the
trying
growth.
to, I'm just trying to grow in a bunch of different areas. I model right now, you know, to pay the bills. And then of course like TV here and there. But yeah, right now I'm just chilling. I'm just happy to be here. Just doing my thing day by day.
Love to hear
I'm
it.
in fitness and stuff like that. So other than that, like I'm chilling. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. I appreciate you for coming on. Make sure y'all tune into everything that Johnny has going on. Watch the challenge. Watch Love Island season 2
on Netflix.
See on Netflix right now. This Friday, it came out this Friday, right? On Netflix?
January 6th, yeah.
Okay, January 6th. Tune in to all things he has going on. Catch his fitness, catch his shows, catch his music, maybe catch his muscles, catch his guns, whatever he has going on his Instagram, Johnny_Lee with 2 E's.
2 E's, 2 L's, yeah.
2 E's and 2 L's.
JOHNNY_LLEE.
There you go. And that is it for Telly Talks.